Hello everybody, it's Mirialda here once again, and welcome back to another figure unboxing. Woohoo! Yes, figure unboxing! So we have part of our July of 2018 haul in front of us. This is Yaya Tushan. She is from Enmusubi no Yoko-chan, or Spirit Matchmaker Yoko-chan. It's a Chinese anime, and I never really watched it, so I don't know anything about it. But I do know I saw pictures for Yaya, and she got announced, and I'm like, I want that, and I bought her. She is a 1/8 scale figure, and she is manufactured by Emontoys. She is my first Emontoys figure, so we'll see how this company does. She was released on July 13th of 2018. She did get a slight delay. She was supposed to come out in June, but whatever. I ordered her on January 12th of 2018, and she wasn't horribly expensive. She was, after conversion, $109.56, or 11,920 yen. So, yeah, the promotional pictures look absolutely amazing. But then Emontoys did, when they got her into the warehouse, they opened her up and took some pictures of her in the warehouse. And it could just be the angles or the lighting, but didn't quite look as good as the promotional picture, so I'm hoping she turns out good. She is in a ridiculously giant plastic box, so yeah, it is ridiculously giant. There is the front of her box. There is the side of the box. It is one of those clear plastic boxes. There's the back, so you can have lots of views of her, but unfortunately, it's kind of like foggy looking, so it's not a very clear view of her. So, it is what it is. There is the top of her box. Bring it closer so we can actually see it now. And she has a plain, boring bottom. So yeah, had to shove her way back so we can see her in the box. I'll pull her forward now. And I was looking at her before I did this, and she's definitely one you want to display high, because she's kind of got a downward look on her face. But there she is through the box. So yeah, let's go ahead and put the camera down, and let's get this box open and see how Yaya actually turned out. I'm hoping she turned out good, because from the promotional pictures, she has potential to be one of my favorite figures, but we'll see. And there is tape here. So it's got this little tab closure. There we go. Pull it out. Open the flaps. And we'll pull her out of the box. And there is some instructions. We'll lift her up. And you see the back is just blue. It's got like that frosted, snowy edge work on it. So we'll put this off to the side. And here are the instructions of how to put her on her base. Can't read anything, but okay, so there's a peg that pegs into her gourd, and her hand rests on the thing. 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, 4 dot, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be interesting to put her together. So, there she is in the blister packaging. Again, push her way back so we can do a quick spin around. The blister doesn't look like it's the most sturdy thing in the world, so just be warned about that. It does look like she turned out decent enough, so like she made it here fine and in one piece and everything. So put her down. Yeah, this blister is not very supportive, so yay. Put the tape on the sides. And pop her open. Opens nice and easy. Put this off to the side, and we shall start with her base. So it is in a plastic baggie. It's got some heft to it. It does feel sturdy. It's got like these ice spikes and everything sticking out. They are fairly pointy and sharp, so you don't want to stab yourself with them. So just use a modicum of caution. But looks cool. It's a translucent plastic. It's got a bluish purplish tinge to it. Here on the top you can see the peg that pegs into her drinking gourd. And you can see the little outcropping that her hand is supposed to rest on. And then it's pretty smooth and flat on the top. It's maybe a little curvy, but that's where her ass sits. So, it looks pretty good. And like I said, it's got some weight to it. So now we'll pull out Yoko, or Yaya, I should say. Yaya, not Yoko. So it looks like she just has one plastic sheet wrapped around her whole body, and then you got some bubble wrap wrapped around her drinking gourd. So we'll gently remove this. I also on their Twitter, they posted that this is not really attached very sturdily, so be careful. And she has, wow, like a lot of very thin, like, ribbons coming off of her. And it's hard to, you know, where do you hold her from? Wow. So, I'm looking at her real quick. The boa turned out very, very well. Her face turned out pretty good. She does have a pretty small head. She is a 1/8, but it's a pretty smallish head, especially compared to her big giant welded boobs. She's got her purplish, blackish, obi, sriracha, whatever, boob binding, showing off lots of under boob. She's got her belly. Not a vacuum sealed belly button, and the belly button is hidden behind her wrappings. She's got some very nice looking legs. Nice definition to them. You can see like the calf muscles and the shin bones and the kneecaps and everything. And you can see like some muscles in the thigh area as well. Important question. It's blue, like a darkish blue. So yeah, if you tilt her just right, you can see her her underwear. It's basically the very bottom layer of blue. That's the color of her underwear. She has some nice feet on her. Nice sculpted toes. They are just a blob, so it's not individual toes, but it's fine. She's got toenail polish. She's got little green circles holding all the lacings of her strappy shoes together, and she is wearing some high heels. And it's not focusing, but it is what it is. She does have kind of like those wing feather ears as well. And she also has very well-defined muscles in her neck. Her fingers are individually sculpted, daintily posed and everything, and they have fingernail polish on them. The other hand is more of a little fist, and they are one piece, but well sculpted. And you can see these little ribbons or straps or whatever, very fragile. It almost feels like they're broken off because they are so, you know, fragile. So be careful with those. I can see those snapping off easily. Spin her around to the back, and again you have her drinking gourd. It has some information, something written on it. Don't know what it says, but it's wrapped in a red string, and it's got the long tails, and it also has another little, it feels like it's an actual wire, a very thin wire holding the little charm. Can we focus on it? That's pretty cool. It's made out of transparent plastic. And the gourd itself is just attached by the ribbons, the red ribbons. So you have to be very careful with this. That's why they mentioned it in their Twitter feed. We can see her back under her massive hair. She has one of her sleeves on and the other off. Got the spine line sculpted and everything. Back of the hair, it's very well sculpted. Goes all the way up to the top of the head. It breaks out into a whole bunch of little strands, and it's got the gradient from a darker, almost purple color to a lighter blue. And yeah, and I mean, look at the detail in the fur boa. This part up here is pretty sturdy, but then the parts down at the ends are less sturdy, so again, be careful with them. So we can see there's the gourd. It's got the little peg hole, so let's get her on the base. and we'll do a spin around. I think, at least just looking at her for now, I think she turned out very well, very nice. This is a fiddly operation, so I'm sorry if I'm not exactly getting it on camera properly. So her hand goes over there, and it's supposed to just grab onto that. Going to take my glasses off for a second and try to get a better angle view of this. There we go. So she is on her base. It is not a very, I mean, there's no peg going up into her ass, so it's nice to view, but you'll want, if you're moving her around, you'll just want to carry her very carefully because she's not really pegged onto the base at all. But yeah, I think she turned out pretty damn good. Let's bring her closer, move the camera closer, and we'll do a spin around of Yaya like this. Again, you'll want to display her high because I'm looking at her from above the camera, like way up here. And face doesn't quite look as good, but when I look from the camera, it's a lot better. So we'll do a spin around and just look at Yaya. There is lots of like shading and sculpting in her coat. So you got the light blue with some purplish highlights or lowlights or whatever in the valleys. Here it's sculpted very well, but less of the shading. The little pad printing on the little decals at the tips of her sleeves is very clean. Yeah. Just looking a bit closer now, and I don't see any like paint flaws or anything. No bleeding. Nothing out of the lines. I think she turned out really damn good. So I am pleased with this purchase. She wasn't very expensive. I don't know anything about her, but she looks pretty damn good. And again, a close-up of her face. Her lips are more defined than the promotional picture, so they've got a darker line in them. They are a little bit curly-Q-ish. Yeah. I'm going to take the phone out of the camera, or out of the stand. Get a lower view of her face. And kind of the front-on view. And of course she has to have a no-hoge, which is curly and quite long. Close-up of her waist region. Again, maybe a little bit messy on the little white pieces, but not horrible bad. And you got the little tassels. And I did notice, like, these red tassels in the back have good shading on them as well. Little tiny details. It's a very fragile figure, so if you do buy her, be careful with her. But I do think she is worth it. So yeah. As I said, this is Yaya Tushan. She is from Enmusubi no Yoko-chan, or Spirit Matchmaker Yoko-chan. She is a 1/8 scale figure. She is manufactured by Emontoys. She was released on July 13th of 2018. And I bought her at AmiAmi brand new on January 12th of 2018. And I paid $109.56, or 11,920 yen. And I am very pleased with this purchase. So I like her. I hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in her, I recommend her. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. See you next time. Bye-bye.